Hello everyone, hope you are keeping well. Today in this video presentation we are going to study about prejudice and discrimination in detail. But before starting it, let me remind you about diversity. As diversity is something which is present in social groups, languages, food habits, religions and other aspects of social life. And we know very well that India is a country which is full of diversity as its geographical and historical factors encourages diversity, and it continues because individuals and communities accept their differences and they depend on each other to fulfill their needs. So here in this video we will study that how prejudice creates stereotypes, and on the other hand it leads to the result of discrimination also due to diversity and inequality. Let us understand all the fundamental rights of our constitution which have taken major steps to remove all kinds of discrimination from the society. So watch the video till the end to understand it nicely. However, diversity is sometimes misunderstood as we form certain negative or bad opinions about those who are not like us. Such opinions are called prejudices. Or in easy words we can say prejudice means to judge other people negatively or to see them as inferior without actually knowing anything about them. So there may be a negative opinion about a person or a group due to various reasons, as sometimes person belong to a specific religion, nationality, caste or gender, or maybe some other factor also. Prejudice is also used as a means of boost to one's self-esteem. Sometimes it overcomes our sensibilities and prevent us from bonding with the people who are different from us. Overall, we can say it is a sign of narrow-mindedness, injustice, unfairness, and intolerance. For example, a Hindi speaking person may think Hindi is the best language and all other languages are inferior to it. This is a prejudice against languages other than Hindi. A person with such a prejudice may even ill treat or make fun of people who speak languages other than Hindi. So on one hand we can see that prejudice leads to the formation of stereotypes, and on the other hand discrimination is also a result of prejudice which is based on diversity and inequality. Now let us understand about the stereotype first in detail. It is one of the serious problems caused by prejudice. When we fit all persons of a particular group into one fixed image, we create a stereotype. For example, you have heard common sentences many times. Girls are not good at mathematics, boys are naughty, girls are gentle, boys never cry, girls are emotional and they always cry. These all are stereotypes. They are neither true for all the boys nor for all the girls. Stereotype mentality person do not recognize that each individual is unique and has special qualities. It influences the behavior and thinking skills. The biggest disadvantage of stereotype is that it tends to ignore the uniqueness of individuals. It leads to misrepresentation of reality also and even causes clashes. Now let us understand about discrimination in detail. Discrimination means treating people differently or negatively. It means to make a distinction between people on the basis of class, race, religion, gender, age, nationality, income, and many more things. Prejudices arising out of diversity and inequality leads to discrimination. Discrimination takes place due to several reasons, as people may differentiate because they have prejudice against somebody, or they have stereotyped a particular group. For example, people of cities tend to be biased towards villagers as they have different languages, cultural practices, and lifestyles. Castes were hierarchical. This means that there were high and low castes. The caste placed higher in the system discriminated against the lower castes. So, we can say that diversity can be a source of discrimination also. The caste system in Indian society developed due to discrimination based on diversity of occupation, as people doing different kinds of work were placed in different castes. An individual who born into a particular caste had to take up the profession of that caste only, even if he had the skill and the ability to do some other work also. The members of the different castes were not allowed to mix with each other and eat together or to marry each other. There are several disadvantages of caste system. Caste system divides society and it also threatens the unity of country. There are several measures taken by our government to remove caste discrimination. Among them, the most important one was that after independence, the practice of untouchability has been declared illegal. However, the caste system still exists, although it has become less rigid. Discrimination leads to social inequality, which is practiced in different forms in the society. That is through racial inequality, which means different physical appearance that can be divided based on superiority of one's race over another, especially practiced in United States. Another form is gender inequality, where always male gender is considered superior than the female gender. Last one is wealth inequality, where rich are having their own groups, own friend circle, own lifestyle, whereas poor or middle class people are not allowed to enter and enjoy such places. They are discriminated wherever they go, sometimes even in schools, hospitals, and also at workplace. Till now, it is clear that social inequality arises from diversity, which can lead to discrimination. And economic inequality is also a major source of discrimination in many countries, including ours. The policy of apartheid, practiced by the white government of South Africa, is an example of discrimination based on racial diversity. Apartheid ended in early 90s due to the efforts of African National Congress and its leader like Nelson Mandela. There were provisions made in the constitution for the protection of rights of scheduled castes, scheduled tribes and other backward classes, minorities and physically challenged people. To respect India's diversity, certain provisions were made to fight all kinds of discrimination. For that, it was kept in mind that the underprivileged section wanted equal access to all resources and opportunities. Women demanded education, respect, and dignity in the society. Peasants and tribal wanted to free themselves from the clutches of ruthless landowners and money lenders who made their life miserable. Jyotirao Govindrao Phule, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar unfortunately had first-handed experience of discrimination in their life. Thus, while framing the constitution, he along with his fellow mates had the vision of India where every individual is treated equally. Thus, to protect India's diversity and to show respect to India's diverse social groups, our constitution has given every Indian the following rights. All Indians are equal before the law. No one can be denied justice or ill-treated in the name of caste, community, gender, religion. Untouchability has been abolished. Every Indian is free to live or travel anywhere within the country, take up job in any part of the country, and say up anything in public without any fear. However, Freedom has to be exercised responsibly without causing any harm to others or to the nation. According to the Constitution and fundamental rights, no Indian can be exploited or forced to work. No child aged below 14 can be made to do work in mines, factories, and other dangerous places, and no person can be made to work without pay. Every Indian has the right to follow the religion of his or her choice. As India is a secular country and all religions are equal before the government and the law of the land. Every community has the right to preserve and promote its own language, script, and customs. It can even run its own schools for this purpose. At last, let me inform you that a person can go to court of law if he or she is denied any of these rights. Thanks for watching the video, and if any query is there, please let me know so that I can solve out your problems as soon as possible. Wish you all the very best in learning.